Do you enjoy watching book unhaul videos here on YouTube like I do? Well, if so, you're gonna love today's video because I am sharing the books that I am getting rid of to donate to little free libraries today. Hope you enjoy. Let's get started.
Lazy Sunday mornings hiding under cover.
The first book that I am unhauling today is The Story of Us by Terry Wilson. And this, if you're not familiar, is actually a Hallmark Channel original movie called The Story of Us, and I absolutely love the movie. It's so good. Highly recommend checking it out. If you're a Hallmark movie fan, let me know in the comments below if you're a fan or if you've seen The Story of Us movie. I just finished this book. Absolutely loved it. So if you're not familiar, Hallmark actually has their own publishing company. It's called Hallmark Publishing. So what they do is they actually write books now that are based off of their movies. So I love The Story of Us movie on Hallmark. Like I said, it's old. I've loved it for many years. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. And I bought this book about a year ago. So like I said, this is the book version of the movie by Terry Wilson. She has written many Hallmark movies and she writes a lot of their books. So I saw the movie years ago. It's one of my favorites. And I bought this last summer at a used bookstore called Book Barn here in Connecticut, which is one of my all-time favorite bookstores. If you ever come to Connecticut, definitely go to Book Barn. It's the best. And it's actually famous. A lot of people come from out of state to come. But I bought this there and it's literally in perfect condition. It's a used bookstore where I bought it from, but it looks like it was brand new, never read or anything. So very good condition. So I just finished this one. This is the last book I finished. Absolutely loved it. 5 out of 5 stars. Like I said, it's pretty much exactly like the movie. So if you watch the movie, you don't necessarily need to read this because it's literally the same. Like the dialogue's the same. It's pretty much a written transcription of the movie. That's pretty much what these Hallmark books are. They're literally just written form of the movies, but I enjoy reading the book and watching the movie. But you don't need to. You can just, like I said, do one or the other. Either watch the movie or read the book. But wanted to read it. Glad I picked this up last year. 5-star read. Just so adorable. Like I said, highly recommend checking this out. And if you're more of a movie person than a reader, definitely watch the Hallmark movie, The Story of Us. I buy my Hallmark movies on Amazon Prime Video. In the store, you can buy them for like $8. So I buy a bunch of Hallmark movies there. Or if you have Hallmark Channel on cable, you could check it out. But they've been playing the movie a lot on TV, but it's absolutely one of my favorite Hallmark movies. Let me know if you're a fan and if you have a favorite Hallmark movie or if you love this one too. But the reason I'm getting rid of this one today is just because I don't need to hold on to it. So this unhaul isn't necessarily me getting rid of books because I hated them or anything like that. For my sister Steph and I, who run this channel together, we're both at the point where we have so many books. As you could see from the shelves behind us, we have 4 bookshelves filled with books together. And we're at the point we want to move this year. So we're at the point where we're going to really stop buying physical books and just buying books on Kindle to reduce our physical collection. And we're trying to be stricter with keeping books that we've read because we really don't reread books. I would love to reread more often. I personally just don't have time to reread as much as I would like because there's more books than time. So I don't end up rereading anything usually. Neither does Steph. So after we finish a physical book like this, we're just trying to get rid of it. Unless it's like an absolute favorite. Because like I said, for the most part, we're probably not going to reread it. So in my opinion, there's no point in keeping it on my shelf just to sit there when, another book could take its place or anything like that. So I love this book, gave it 5 stars, read it like a few days ago. One of my first reads for April. And like I said, I loved it, but I'm just getting rid of it because I won't read it again. I could just watch the Hallmark movie a million times. And, why not let someone else enjoy it? So that is the first book I'm getting rid of today. The second book I'm getting rid of is called First Things First by Stephen R. Covey. You're probably familiar with this author. If you read business and self-help, He read, he wrote the book everyone loves. It's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I haven't read that one, but I definitely want to. It's on my list. But I just finished this one as well. I like to read a self-help or business book every morning as part of my morning routine. Definitely check out my morning routine video up in the card here if you missed it to see my process. But I do like to read a business book every morning or a self-help book for some personal development. So I just finished this one. And this one was very used. It's actually a pretty old book. I think this book came out in like the 90s, but I found this in a little free library a little while back. I love finding business and self-help books in little free libraries because they're pretty expensive if you buy them at a bookstore. So the fact that I was able to find them for free is just amazing. So I just read this one and I liked it. It wasn't like my favorite self-help book. There's like certain authors that I vibe with more than others. I would still recommend it. It's kind of about like prioritizing things in your life and like focusing on what really matters, if that makes sense. So I highly do recommend checking this out if you're interested in it, but I'm getting rid of it, like I said, same reason as the last book, because I've read it. I won't read it again. I don't usually read self-help books more than once. And I got it from a little free library, so it was free, so I don't feel guilty about getting rid of it. So I'm not going to read it again. I read it. It's done. Now I just want to make more room on my shelves and give this to someone else who will enjoy it. So this is the second book I'm unhauling today, and all of these will be going to little free libraries. The next book I'm unhauling today is The Inn at Rose Harbor by Debbie Macomber. You probably know who she is. She's a big romance author. I'm a huge fan. I've read multiple books from her. This one I actually haven't read. I actually got this in a little free library, as most of these books. And you can see this one is just not in good condition. The pages are super faded. The spine and the front cover, you can't really tell on camera, but it's super wrinkly. And honestly, I haven't read this and I am interested in reading it, but I'm actually gonna just get rid of this, put it in another little free library, just because the condition bothers me. Usually I'm not picky at all. I'll read any used book because, you know, it's literally free. Like if I find it in a little free library like this, it's free, so I don't care. But this one is in just such poor condition. It's just kind of taking away my motivation to read it, if that makes sense. And I'm not in a hurry to read it. So what I'm gonna do is I added it to my Kindle wishlist on Amazon. So I think I'm just gonna buy it on Kindle at a later time when I want to read it. It's a pretty summery book, and I'm not reading summer books anytime soon because Steph and I both read with the seasons. We're mood readers. So we're in spring right now, so this book would be sitting on my shelf for a while anyways. Like I said, the condition's just not that good. So I'm just gonna get rid of it and, like I said, get the Kindle version if I want to read it later on. And I'm personally not a big fan of mass market paperbacks like this, especially when they're chunky books. I just find them uncomfortable to read. Let me know if you're the same way or if you like mass market paperbacks. So I'm just kind of like at the time wanting to get rid of my mass markets basically. And like I said, Steph and I are trying to really downsize our physical book collection and really switch to Kindle ebooks for the future just to save room because we really don't have a lot of space left. So yeah, I haven't read this one, but I do want to. It just sounds good, like a nice summer read. But like I said, the condition is just making me not want to read this copy. So I'm going to put this in a little free library and buy the Kindle version later on. The next book I'm unhauling today is Real Murders by Charlaine Harris. This is the first book in the Aurora Teagarden Mysteries series. This is a cozy mystery series. You've probably heard of it. It's actually a Hallmark Movies and Mysteries show on their Movies and Mysteries channel with Candace Cameron Bure. You probably heard of it. It's really big. I love the show. I love Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. I love cozy mysteries. And this one, you can see from the price, this is another mass market in pretty good condition. I bought this at a used bookstore. I actually have a vlog from when I bought this. I'll link it up in the card if you missed it, but we have this restaurant in our state called Travelers, and it's a restaurant and it's also kind of like a used bookstore in one. So I have a vlog if you want to watch it up here if you missed it, check it out. But that's where I bought this, in their bookstore that they have in the basement. So it was only $3. I love like used bookstores. I love saving money. I can't be bothered to buy a new book anymore personally at Barnes & Noble. I like to go just to browse, but I can't justify spending the money on brand new books for like $15 as a small business owner, you know what I mean? So used bookstores are my jam. That's when I got this one a few months ago. I have read this one. I really enjoyed it, gave it 5 stars. Like I said, it goes with the Hallmark show. It's pretty much the same. This is the first book. It's a long series. And like I mentioned, cozy mysteries I don't typically reread for the most part. So I like to just read it once and get rid of it and put it in a little free library. So that is what I'm doing with this one. So this is the next book I'm unhauling today. The next book I am unhauling today is Summer by the Sea by Jenny Hale, and I'm a huge Jenny Hale fan. I'm sure some of you know her. She writes the best, like, chick lit, summery romance, just cute contemporary adult romance books. I highly recommend reading her books if you haven't and checking her out. I bought this at Books A Million last year in the bargain section, so you can see there's a bargain price. It was only $5. Books A Million has an amazing bargain section. If you have a Books A Million store, I highly recommend checking out the bargain section. It's huge. They have really good books. So that's where I bought this one. So it's new. I have not read this book. So the reason I'm getting rid of this one is because I just discovered I actually bought this book on Kindle like a long time ago, because Kindle does really good deals with like Jenny Hale's books. So I bought this one a long time ago on Kindle and I didn't know I had it. So then I bought the physical version in store. And I just discovered that I already have it on Kindle. So I don't want to have duplicate copies of books. And like I said, we're trying to downsize our physical book collection. And I actually prefer reading on my Kindle now instead of like a real book, because I find that I read faster on Kindle. Let me know if you're the same way. Steph's the same way too. We just read faster digitally for some reason. So the fact that I already have this on my Kindle and I didn't know it when I bought it, and I just discovered that I already have it, is why I'm getting rid of this one. But no hate, I love Jenny Hale and I'm really excited to read this one. I'm definitely going to read it this summer just on my Kindle instead of the physical version, but her covers are always gorgeous. I always love them, and like I was saying, summer books are also the kind of books where I don't really reread them. Just read them once and I'm ready to get rid of it. So I'll be reading this summer on my Kindle instead, so that's why I'm going to get rid of this copy today. The next book I'm unhauling today is called A Crafty Christmas by Molly Cox Bryan. This is a Christmas cozy mystery, and if you saw my recent Little Free Library haul video, then you would have seen this. If you haven't seen my Little Free Library haul, I'll link it up here, check it out. But I literally just got this from a Little Free Library recently, and it's pretty much in brand new condition. I like to grab cozy mysteries if I see them because I love cozy mysteries, and this one's in really good quality. I have not read it, obviously, since I just got it. So the reason I'm deciding to give it away today is, like I said, I don't really like mass markets, so I need to stop just taking the books in this format, because I'm just not a fan of reading mass market paperbacks anymore. And like I said, Steph and I are switching to Kindle, so I'm probably going to just buy this on Kindle later on, and it's a Christmas book, so I'm not going to be reading this until probably December of this year, which is so far away. So I don't want this book sitting on my shelf for that long, if that makes sense. Especially if we move and I have to take it with us. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I'm not a fan of books sitting on my shelf for a long time. So knowing that I wouldn't get to this until winter, it's just too far out. So it doesn't make sense for me to hold on to it. And like I said, when I'm ready to read it, I could just get the Kindle version for like probably $3 on Kindle from Amazon. So that's why I'm getting rid of this today. I have not read it, but like I said, I'm not going to be reading it for a while. So there's no point in it sitting on my shelf taking up space when I'll just get the Kindle version later on. So that's why I'm getting rid of this one today. The next one I'm getting rid of is another cozy mystery, same reason. This is Death of a Coupon Clipper by Lee Hollis. I really like his cozy mysteries. Definitely check him out. Again, same as the last one. I got this from a Little Free Library pretty recently. This one's in pretty good condition as well, but I'm just getting rid of it because, like I said, I don't really feel like reading mass markets anymore. I'd rather just get the Kindle version. I actually already bought this on Kindle. I bought this recently when I knew I was going to get rid of the physical version. So I already got it on Kindle. It was on sale for $2.99, so I snagged it. You know, you can't do better than that. So I'd rather just read cozy mysteries like this on Kindle personally now instead of like the physical mass market. So haven't read this one yet, but I have it on my Kindle now, so I'll probably read it very soon. And yeah, that's why I'm getting rid of this one today. I'm really looking forward to reading it, just don't need the physical copy anymore. The next book I'm unhauling today is called Cowboy Honor by Carolyn Brown. This is a Western romance. Again, I'm pretty sure we got this in a Little Free Library. This one's in pretty good condition. It's definitely used. There's some writing on it, but like I said, I like to grab anything that interests me in a Little Free Library, but same reason as the rest. I'm deciding to get rid of this today just because, like I said, I'm kind of done with mass market paperbacks. They're just not comfortable for me to like read and hold when they're big books. I'm just kind of done with them. I'd rather read this on Kindle, so I added it to my Kindle wish list, and I'm gonna just buy it on Kindle when I'm ready. It's not a book that I'm gonna read like anytime soon, so why have it to take up space, in my opinion. Like I said, I don't like books on my shelf for a long time. I like to actually read them if they're there. So this one I'm not like in a hurry to read, so I'm just gonna get the Kindle version at a later time and get rid of this mass market copy today. The next two books I'm getting rid of, actually I do have the first one, but I already have it in my car, so I don't have it to show, but I'm getting rid of this. It's a series by Christy Barlow. I think it's called the Love Heart Lane series. So she's a British author. This is the second and third book. They're absolutely adorable. I love books, like chick lit books like this, written by British authors. I read the first one very, very recently, and I absolutely loved it. Gave it 5 stars. So I bought these and the first one at Book Barn last year. I bought them all together because it's a trilogy. And like I said, I just read the first book and loved it. So this is the second book and the third book. And I'm getting rid of these because, same reason again, I'm trying to downsize my physical book collection. And I actually found the whole box set of 3 books on Kindle on Amazon for, I think it was free right now for some reason. And I've read the first one. Now I have these 2 on my Kindle to read digitally instead, so that's why I'm getting rid of these, because I don't need the physical copies anymore. And funny story, I actually bought the third book here. It's called Clover Cottage. I actually bought this one on my Kindle a long time ago, before I even read any books by this author, and before I've read the first book in this series. I didn't even know it was part of a series. I just saw it as a Kindle deal and grabbed it. So I actually already had this book on Kindle for a while, and now I have the box set of all 3 of the first books. So these are the second and third, and like I said, the first one I already read and it's in my car. So I absolutely love the first one. I'm definitely gonna keep reading these 2 very, very soon, but I'm just gonna read them on my Kindle instead, like I said, now that I have the Kindle copies. So that's why I'm gonna get rid of these, donate them to a Little Free Library, give them another home for someone else to enjoy. But I absolutely love the covers. So it hurts me a little bit to get rid of these because I'm someone who loves like keeping books for their covers, but I'm trying not to do that anymore because I'm like, there's no reason to keep a book, in my opinion, just because I like the cover. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm not going to read it, there's no point in it taking up space. So that's why I'm going to get rid of those 2. I'm going to read them on Kindle at another time. We're almost done here. The next one I'm getting rid of is Dating You, Hating You by Christina Lauren. Steph and I both read this book already. We read this a long time ago, and we just had it on our shelves for a while. It's still pretty new. I think I bought it at Barnes & Noble a while ago. Absolutely love all Christina Lauren's books. Highly, highly recommend checking them out. We both loved this one, so definitely check out this one, Dating You, Hating You. The reason we're getting rid of it is, again, because we just don't need it on our shelf any longer. We've had it for a while. We've already read it. And like I said, we're just probably not going to ever read it again, because we have so many other books to read. Like I said, I'm just getting rid of it because it's taking up space. It's been sitting on our shelf for a while, and we've never really had the desire to reread it. So we're just going to get rid of it and give it another home for someone else to enjoy. The next book I'm unhauling today is Not the Girl You Marry by Andy Christopher. And I actually just read this book recently. If you watched one of our last reading sprints, we did, I think it might have been the last Saturday sprint, I read this book, absolutely loved it, gave it 5 stars. It's basically a retelling of the movie How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. but the genders are swapped. Highly recommend it. It was super funny, just a cute, lighthearted adult romance, and I loved it. Steph hasn't read it, but I don't think she will. So she actually bought this, but I ended up reading it. And like I said, I'm just getting rid of it because I've read it, loved it, enjoyed it, but I'm kind of done with it at this point. I'm ready to pass it on, give it a new home, because I'm probably not going to read it again. So I just want to get it off my shelves just to make space and give it to someone else who could enjoy it. 2 more books to go here. The next one is called A Cold Creek Homecoming by Rayanne Thane. I hope I'm saying her name right. I absolutely love this author's books. She does a lot of great adult romance, westerns, anything like that. So if you like those genres, she does a lot of Harlequin books. This is a Harlequin select. If you like those kind of books, you'll love her. I highly recommend her. And this one I think I also got from a little free library. This one's in good condition. So I haven't read this one yet, but I'm just getting rid of it, just same reason as the others, because I'm not a fan of mass market paperbacks anymore. I just don't feel the need to have it on my shelf any longer. I'm not going to read it yet, and I actually already bought the Kindle version for like $2. So I already have it digitally when I'm ready to read it. So there's just really no need for me to keep the physical copy, so that's why I'm going to get rid of this one today. But I'm really excited to read it. It looks like a great book. I highly recommend the author. And one more book, the last book we're unhauling today. This is another Harlequin Presents book. This one is called Breaking the Playboy's Rules by Melanie Milburn. This is Steph's book. She bought this, so she was getting rid of it. I have no idea what it's about. I've never seen this book before, but this was hers. So we're both Harlequin fans. But Steph bought like a bunch of them a while ago, and I think she's just trying to like I said, get rid of some that she lost interest in. So, and like I said, we're both really not a fan of this size book anymore. We're just gonna buy these on Kindle. We already have it in our Kindle wish list. When we're ready to read it, we can just buy it there because I don't think she's gonna read it anytime soon. So we're just gonna get rid of it today, give it a new home, like I said, free up space on our shelves, and let someone else enjoy it. But that is it. That is all the books that we are unhauling today. It was quite a collection, and this video got long, so thank you for hanging in there. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. I love watching these on YouTube. It's really interesting to see why people are deciding to get rid of books. Leave a comment down below letting me know if you've read any of these books, what you thought. I would love to hear from you. But I appreciate you watching and supporting our channel. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe down below to support us. If you enjoy watching book videos like this, we have many, many more to come. So stay tuned, and we do weekly Saturday reading sprints on our channel. So we would love to have you join our community and support us. We're really trying to grow this year, and we absolutely love engaging and chatting with all of you. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next videos and our live streams. We would love to have you join us. But thank you so much for watching today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and we'll see you soon in our next video. Take care. Bye.
All that I need is your body next to me on rainy days. Just need your company, don't need too much. Just your simple love and it's set free.